Good morning, everybody. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and we're going to work in our little index card journal pages. And I have gone ahead and done prep work in that I have cut all the index cards I need for the whole month of days. Not necessarily that we're going to work on it each month, but we're going to work on it, a page spread at a time. And again, my journal is going to open from the top like this. So this page is worked in this orientation, but then when I flip it up, this one looks like it's upside down if you just flip to it, but it's right side up. So like if I had this opening the other way like that, it would look upside down, but it's not, because my journal is going to be so that you can look at it in the same orientation. So today we're going to do another 2-page spread, and you can see here's all the index cards. I've already prepped them and I've punched the holes. So all I have to do is reach for these. I can't remember exactly. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's enough to get all of my pages out. I think I end up with one more because of the front page here. So I didn't count that one. So it's 16 index cards. So I did that prep work, and then I went through my bits and bobs, and I did my formula of 5 pieces of paper for the background, a focal image, and a quote for each page. But then I did them up in these 4 envelopes. I think it's 4. And I've numbered them. So this would be the stuff we use this week. Next week we'll use this one, the 3rd week, and the 4th week. And that way I have what I need in here, but I can still choose from what's in each envelope for each page. So we're going to pull this stuff out. And anything that I haven't used in week 1, if there is anything in week 1, I will push on into week 2's envelope. All right, so I'm going to use this stuff up as much as I can. So I don't need this page, so we'll set that up there. And we're going to do the back side of this and the front side of the next one. And I'm going to put them in the orientation that I need them to be in. And I'll put my extras here. So we are actually doing number 4 and 5. So we know we need the little moths that I have that are numbered. So that's number 4. And this is number 5. And good morning, Ray. If you have something else that you can punch out of paper and then just put your numbers on, if you want to number your pages, I had these, so I figured I would use them until I run out of them, and then we'll number the pages some other way. And I have pulled out my date stamp so that I can stamp each page. And I am not worrying about the bits that hang off the pages at all. I think it's going to add to the character of it. So I'm going to put these back in my envelope for the next few days. So we've got to get to our papers first. So I'm going to set the tapes aside. I'm going to set these sayings all aside. So let's see. I'm not sure what these are, but I thought they were pretty. And then I got some other little items that could be added as focal images here. There's a bug that Lori sent me. Lori sent me a package of bugs. And they're the perfect colors for here. All right. So this little cup could actually be a focal image. And I think that's a piece of shell or something. Oh, you know what I didn't grab? I didn't grab my ink. Hi, Sophia. Oh, and if you hear me grunt and groan, I've tore my right knee up as opposed to my left knee, and it's real sore. So bear with if you hear me moaning. And I can't stay on long because I have a dermatology appointment at 10:30, and they want me there 20 minutes before the appointment time, which I thought was crazy. But so I'll need to leave here about 9:20ish because it's across town and I'm not sure where I'm going. I know how to get to the road that it's on because my orthodontist used to be out there. I just don't know where I need to turn left. And we finally figured out why my phone wasn't letting me open the map and use the GPS for mapping to places. Scott said, let's just empty your cache. So we emptied the cache, and now I can use the maps option. All right, so I've got some cool papers down in here that we're going to use. So I'm going to use that today, the maps. Let's see. And don't worry about covering your holes as long as you remember to punch them. Punch them before you do the opposite side. So I've already done that side, so I'll punch them. But before I do the back of this one, I'll punch the holes. I'm just going to take this little piece of white off the edge. We'll put that there. And I like this pink on here. Maybe put this one over here. I might just line that one right up with the edge of the thing. And let's see. Kind of like this green. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think this would look cooler with that. So I'll set the painty papers. We'll stick these back in here, the ones that are like that. And then maybe, let's see, what do we want to use? I like the keys with that. So that's 3 on that one. And this has black dots, so we'll put that one there, and I'll put these away. All right. And a glue stick should be here. And my AARP that I use as a gluing board here. Got that in order. I'm going to ink some of these up. So I've joined the group that JL was talking about in my last live, the ATC swap group. I'm not really planning to do a lot of swapping because January is going to be focused on doing up my whips for Lisa's challenge at the One Lisa show. Sorry about that. We've all caught some kind of sniffles or something. And I'm hoping it's nothing that's going to hang on. So I'll put that one there. Greg's girlfriend, Rachel, she's having some sinus problems. They didn't have any money to go anywhere for their 1-year dating anniversary, so they camped out in the backyard, and I think she's struggling with sinuses from camping in the backyard. Hey, Ann, how was your trip? Oh, and there's Lala. Good morning, Lala, and Josie. Good morning. This week is full of lots of appointments. I've got my dermatology appointment for this weird looking shape thing that's in my left eyebrow, and most people don't notice it, but if I go out in the sun at all, and I get too much sun, the spot itches really bad. So I told Scott, I said, I probably should have that looked at. So I asked my nurse practitioner, and she gave me a referral to go to a dermatologist. So I'm doing that today. And then Scott had made an appointment for his eye exam while he was off, for the holidays. And then they had to reschedule. So he's got to take vacation time tomorrow that he hadn't planned to do and go have his eye exam done. And he's back to teaching, but he's doing that little 3-day basic slam math into your head little math course that they do for people in the program. And again, he's got a dozen students. So he's got a long day today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And then he won't teach again until March. And then Wednesday, I take Tippy back and see if she can get a heart rate or any kind of reading with her stethoscope. And they're going to try another x-ray to see if they can see anything besides a mass. He does seem to be breathing a bit better. I did not continue that gabapentin because, it was like I put him under for an operation. It scared the hell out of me. Absolutely scared me to death. I thought for sure I'd killed my cat. So that's that. And then that appointment is right when I normally go live on Wednesday. So I may go live early Wednesday morning, and everybody will just have to watch the replay at 1:30. Or I can go live at 11:30 instead. So which would you guys prefer I do? Early like this or at 11:30? I'm going to miss Janet today because I'll have to get ready to go and everything. I'm still in PJs right now. All right. Is that everything? That's what I'm going to glue down for right now. Yeah, he's not really sucking in at the sides to push the air out now. But I can tell he's still having trouble. So let's focus on this one up here. I think I'm going to tear this at an angle. And then Thursday, I'll be free for Craft and Chat. Let's turn this way. I'm going to put this down here, that there. And then we can take, and so this is represented somewhere else on the page. I can put it there and have it peeking out a little bit. And maybe put the keys across like that. I'm going to glue that down, what I have there. So we'll pick this up and put some glue. May have to get another tube of glue out. I looked at Ollie's while we were over there. We wanted to get some rugs to put under the recliners and the couch and stuff. That Greg's couch will go back in the front room now. So we went over to Ollie's to get those, and I measured my chair wrong, so I bought a couple mats that one we can use under the rocking chair that goes in that room, but we need, and then Scott bought a 5x7 carpet to go under his desk. So I need another, I think I'm going to get another 5x7, and then I want to get one that's kind of an oriental looking carpet for the center of the room to go under the couch and the coffee table. After all this work, we kind of want to protect this hardwood floor because thankfully, yay, we finally got the floor down. We are done with flooring, at least in that room. We still have to do the laminate in the kitchen, and then we have to finish out the hardwoods in the hallway and our back bedroom. And that's why I want to focus on using up my yarn and fabric a lot this year. And I've been thinking about doing a sew along type thing where we would use our scraps of fabric and create some just random squares that could be used for a quilt block. It could be used to make a bag or a tote or whatever. Where'd my other piece go? It had the keys. Never mind. And just work on creating a scrap block pile that you could do like a sampler quilt with. You could put several together and make a cool tote bag that you could do, fancy stitching on. I just want to use up the scraps that I create as I go. Oh, bye. Later is better for Josie. So I'll do 11:30 on Wednesday. And then that way I'll still be able to do my live and get Tippy to the vet as well. That'll work out. Oh, Anne was going to disembark today. That's awesome. So I will be available for Craft and Chat on Thursday. And now the parts where I have still got a bunch of index cards showing, I will take my watercolor, the muddy part on my little watercolor tray, and I'll just pick some of that up and clear, just give it that aged look like I did on this one. And that tones that white all down. So I'm going to go ahead and, all right, Howard wants that one now. Excuse me. Are you going to run away as soon as I open the door? No, you're really going to go out? Okay. Yeah. Hopefully he won't empty that pot that I have out there that's got my rosemary plant that I've had by the kitchen sink. I think I've killed it. So I just set it out there. I said, you're going in timeout out on the porch where I can't look at you. And I'm really toying with tearing this. And I can put that one there. And this one like that. And I'll ink this edge. But that edge has got the black on it, so I'm not going to worry about that. My brother-in-law brought me a shirt. I got to fix his shirt at some point this week. I told him, I said, that my week is really full, so I'll get it back to you as soon as I can. I always say I don't want to take on sewing, but he's always so pitiful. His wife doesn't sew. So I was like, yes, I'll do it. It looked like during manufacturing, they didn't catch the sleeve portion into the cuff very well, and it just frayed out. So I just got to pop the cuff open and then line it up and, put it back together. All right. This says Chief Jim on it. right. But I thought I would limit myself on what I'm choosing from and kind of put things that look like they go together just to save us a little time. So maybe I can we'll see where I'm at. I got to just make sure I leave myself enough time to get ready to go across town. And what I worry about with us going to the dump happened. We picked up a Scott said it looked like the top of a large rivet, but he pulled it out and plugged it in the truck tire. So hopefully I won't break down. He tries to keep an eye on that so that, I don't get stranded somewhere. Now we do buy AAA so that I always have, a way to get towed home if I need to at no cost that day. We think it's well worth around $200 a year. So, yeah. All right. So we've got 1, 2. Oh, I got this paper too. Oh, I kind of like that with a little of it hanging off the edge. All right. So right. Let me get a wet one. And thank you for the bless you for the sneeze. All right. All right. And then I have my numbers. So here's number 5 and here's number 4. But we can add other things. I have set my magazine off to the side. I do have some of this that's got the writing on it. We could put that on here somewhere. Let's put a strip of it across the middle here, like right there. And I can put this back in my tub or in my envelope for this week. And then I have some with the moth on it. Uh-oh, it's messed up. Here we go. Oh, well, that's a disappointment. I may not be able to use this. It's really messed up. I don't want to make you sit here and watch me struggle. That is strange. Ah. Well, we'll do something else. I'll leave that out and see if I can fix it later. I have this piece, this strip here that I could use in some way. Oh, goodness. Who's sneezing? Piper. Okay. None of that is working for me. This is pink. I don't know what this is, though. I don't know if these are stickers or where you put water on them and it comes off. I don't know. I don't. We might use this and a bug and then our word. We got to put our moth on too. So you can use as little or as much as you got pulled aside. But the basics is put 5 things down and then work from there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We can call this 5, and then technically this is 3, but that's okay. I'm going to stick that right there. Greg's getting ready for work. He's got to leave now. He's supposed to have left already. Oh, well. Let's stick that down. It's hard to describe my method for choosing what goes where, but if it's pleasing to my eye, I stick it on down. You're an early morning person? I like early mornings, but that comes from growing up on a farm, I think, for me. And then I got this tiny little wasp that I could put on here. No, I don't think I want 2 bugs on the same thing. Oh, run out of ink. Yeah, I think I want to have that off to the side. Just a minute, Howard. I'm coming. He freaks out when he thinks he's been left. Come on, buddy. All right. Let's see if I've got. Whoops. Oh, that's something I'm working on. I'll just spray this a little. Or a lot. A little or a lot. I'll just use the water brush that's in here. I just kind of pick up this real muddy looking stuff. Have a good day, Greg.
Right,
you got your ID and everything in your pocket?
Yeah, and I think I left my cutting blade at work, so let's see if somebody took it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have a good one. All right. Let's pick up a little of this red this time, since we've got pink on the other. I just want it to look like aged paper, and this seemed to work really good.
I realize I'm not going to get very far without my lunch.
Yeah.
All
All right. Bye, darling.
right.
That gets both guys off to work. Let's see, that brings in some of that pink that's in the paper and in the flowers. Let's add a little bit more of this red up in here. Ooh, that's a little too red. It's okay. It'll tone down. All right, I'm going to set this aside and we'll let it dry while I work on this other one. Just trying to. I'm using this to clear that pan out as well as finish it off. Yeah, Josie is in Italy. All right, so we'll set this. They're kind of strange when it's wet. All right, so we need to finish this one. And I was just folding this over, but I think I will trim the washi tape. All right, so just stick it on my drop paper. Oh, you know what I didn't add? I didn't add a saying to that one. We'll do it in a minute. We'll do that in a minute. I wish I knew what these were. I'm going to do some looking at that, and then I'll come back to it, and this can go back in here. There's our words, and we're not going to need those. I don't think I need these for this one. But I've got all these bugs and stuff, but they don't really, I might save the bugs for when I run out of moths. So they might just jump from one envelope to the next. But I do have this skeleton leaf that could look kind of cool. And then we'll add some color and our phrase to it. So let's ink this up a bit. And I'll glue that down. And we'll save the little pointy finger for another time. I wanted to show something I picked up at Ollie's the other day. And I was going to stay on longer, but I don't want to be rushed to go to this appointment. I'm already nervous about it, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. I like to keep my lives at about an hour. That way everybody can get on with their days. I do enjoy everybody that comes for my lives. There was a bunch of glue came through all the little skeleton holes, which is interesting and cool, but kind of aggravating at the same time. I'm going to flip my AARP around here so I'm not on a sticky page anymore. Just open this up and use the inside of this, and we'll glue our moth down. This is that Scotch permanent ink. Okay. And we'll add some color to the background again. And then I'll stick a word on. And then I'll show you what I found at Ollie's. I wasn't going to buy anything else, but this was just too good a deal to pass up. All right, so let's see here. Just to kind of tie it in with the next page, I'll put just a tiny bit of the red on here. I want it to look mottled. Mottled? You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Aged, I guess you'd say. All right. So that was number 4 and 5. Oh, 3 is on this side. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm almost feeling like this needs something else on here. It looks off balance. There's too much here and nothing up here. I wish I could make this tape work. I think I have another that's got the moths on it. That one I'm going to have to just see if I can fix it. If not, this one I wasn't going to use because it's really wide, but that might be just what this needs. Let's pull it up, see if we can get it loose. No, I don't like it either. Oops. I'm just going to pull this tape back out. Well, ain't that something? I know it has stickum on it, but I don't trust washi tape to stay, you know, permanently. That breaks that pink up a little bit. I don't know if I like it or not. Oh well. Hi, Heather. And now we need our words. So I have this enjoy, which might pull that tape on in. Put that there. But then I have lucky as a state of mind. I have light the way, focus on the good. And if I ink that, and then I have all of these. Let's see. Do all the good you can. This has something about J.N. Harris Druggist. That says M. Tibbetts. This is kind of a pink. She really thought she meant it. Be thankful. The fortune teller. Corner of your heart. Thoughts that whisper to my heart. I had a lovely time. Let's do I had a lovely time. And these are stickers. So, and then I can take a black pen and just go around this. Neither Scott or Greg was real keen on going to work today. They're like, ugh. So we did that. And then down here, we'll do January 5th, 2026. And then I'll do that right here. And we need a word. I love it. There's a saying over here on this sheet. It says, she was a strange little girl. That enjoy looks good. I'm going to see what's on the sticker sheet. I like the make good. Let's see. I had a lovely time. I'm going to put the very kind-hearted on this one. I saw Joey DeFee had a like cleaning up and organizing in her room. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm just kind of saying what I think she's doing. So let's punch those back out so I don't forget, because if I mess up, then it'll be hard to see. Because see, on this side, you can still see the holes. So we'll just line this up and repunch my holes before I do the back side. And we'll do another 2 pages on Wednesday. I figure this will be my project to work with you guys online, and then I'll do all my sewing and stuff. And I've been thinking on the things I went over for Finish That Whip, and I'm going to revisit those, and I'm going to pull out the projects that aren't cut out at all. They're just projects I had set up that I wanted to do. And I'm going to only do the ones that are actually cut out and like they are works in progress, like they've already been started. So the little girl dresses will definitely be the next thing. You'd put yeah, I could copy them, but I have so many sheets of these and my focus is to use them up. But you could type she was a strange little girl into a Word document, and then you could change it to all different fonts on that same Word document and then just cut them out if you wanted to. So there you go. There's our 2 pages here. And remember, mine's going to open like this. So that's why this one looks like it's upside down, because the holes are at the bottom. But I'm going to set these aside because I just want to share what I found at Ollie's. It wasn't a lot. It was just something that caught my eye. It's this gouache set, and it was $1.99, and I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not going to swatch this today. I just want to see. It's tubes of paint, so I will have to use these. I'll have to find a palette or something to put these in. But you get 12 tubes of paint for $1.99. Yes, I'm just going to tear it up. I got too much tape on it. All right. What did they say? The original price was $19.99, and I got it for $1.99. They are to Paper Fashions. Katie Rogers, Paper Fashions. The thing with Ollie's is if you have one near you, if you see something you're interested in, you have to buy it right then, because the next time you go in, they could be all gone. But these are, excuse me, a good size tube as well. For $1.99. That's why I say I couldn't pass it up. Now, I saw where somebody had posted on Facebook that Ollie's actually has gotten in some Joann fabrics for $2 a yard. I wasn't looking for it because I didn't know about it until I'd gotten home, and I do not need any fabric. I keep telling myself that. And every Ollie's carries something a little different. But if you have an Ollie's, these are cool. That's a summer yellow, red bloom, pink, rose, golden yellow, leaf green, forest green, tropic water, seawater blue, lavender sky, dancing cloud, natural earth, and midnight black are the colors. So I thought that was a really good deal for $1.99. All right, so I'm going to put my envelope number 1 back in with the other ones. And I just kind of put them all in here. And we'll pull that back out on Wednesday. So my book so far is looking like this. And it looks like nothing's meeting up, but when we do the slip knot binding at the end of the month, this will all be just fine. If I have to trim along the top, I can trim that stuff that's sticking out, but I want to leave all this goodness on the sides and the bottom. I want it to look really rustic when I'm done. So mine's going to open like this, so I can sit and look at it like this. All right. And so on Wednesday, we'll do 6 and 7. And I've already got all my pages cut. So it's 16 index cards, or in my case, half index cards. And I've got a little clip that probably won't work once these start getting chunkier. And that's what I got for you guys today. I'm going to go and make myself presentable for the dermatologist to look at my head. I don't know if she'll end up saying, we need to do a full body exam. And I'm like, oh, I'm not up for that today. Can you just look at my eyebrow? But we'll see. It's really foggy here today, so I'm hoping that sun comes up and burns that off before I have to drive in it. And I'll just set all this aside, just like that. All right. So you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next one. And thanks for being here. Bye, guys.